Hi everyone. I am incredibly excited to be joined today by Shea Osei. She is an accomplished nail tech and educator, and obviously is widely known for being behind the nails for the 2024 hit movie Wicked. Hi Shea, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's so lovely to be able to talk to you. I guess we should start with, can you tell me a little bit about your nail career evolution? How did you start? What inspired your career? That sort of thing.
Of course. So I started out at a young age of 14, and I have always been an artistic child. I was always more into the art side of things, creative writing when it came to English, telling stories and that kind of stuff. And I felt like for me, drawing was an expression of how I felt and how I would like to color and, do these amazing things on a bit of paper. So I thought, why not? Let's try it on a smaller canvas, nails. So that's how I kind of got into it. My mum's friend had a salon in Essex, and I used to always follow my mum to the nail salon. You know how that would go, and you spend like hours in there. So I was there, I got really interested in it. And she was like, do you know what? Do you want to learn how to do it? I said, yeah, sure. So I trained. I got my certificates and stuff, my qualifications, and I started doing nails. And when I got to the age of 18, I decided to start doing mobile. So I would go to people's houses and that kind of stuff. And then eventually I got my own space in a hair salon where I had my own table and I was doing nails from there. And then I eventually got my own salon in Stratford. So I just built myself up throughout the years. And of course, that takes a lot of hard work and a lot of determination, a lot of tears. And then I was there for 5 years in Stratford. I had a team of about 9 to 10 girls, which was amazing. I enjoyed it so much. Um, and then just after COVID, I decided that I was like, I don't know how to shop anymore. I just want to do other things. I had started my family, and I had just had my second child as well at that time. And I just thought maybe that's not the direction that I really wanted to go in. I wanted to be a bit more flexible for my family life. And then I started getting into more filming and doing TV shows and stuff like that. Because where I had my salon as well, I was also approached by the likes of ASOS, Converse, Nike. I was doing nails for celebrities such as Maya Jama, Amber Rose, and so forth already. So it was just all about building up that rapport and people just wanting to get in contact with myself. And then with Cynthia now, she then contacted me and said, I'm working on something. Would you like to be a part of it? Because we had built our relationship through nail. She had found me through nail in my salon, and we just built an amazing relationship through that. And she just brought me along on this journey with her, and it's just been amazing.
That's incredible. And obviously, we will get to Wicked because I'm buzzing to talk about that.
Yes.
In terms of your style, obviously, you have a very unique style, a very sort of true to you style. What would you sort of define that as, and what is your preferred style?
I would call myself a nail artist,
Hmm.
but also say my style is very unique and different. What I mean by that is I'm able to, and I actually posted this on my Instagram on Sunday actually, because my clients, they tend to come to me and they'll be like, Shay, I want this. And it's never, Shay, can you do this? Um, so I guess that means I've got a style where I am able to replicate something from you showing it to me, and I can be like, okay, I can do that. And I always make sure that I get it right to the T, because I'm a perfectionist. So yeah, I'll call myself. I definitely say my style is very different. It's unique, but it's also a style for everyone. Everyone can fit, because I do a range of everything. I do gels, I do builder gel, I do acrylic,
Yeah.
press on, the whole shebang. So yeah,
Okay. You mentioned there sort of people come to you with ideas. Do you
yeah.
get your inspiration from sort of things you see, whether that's media in general, or is it yeah, so where do you get your inspiration from?
My inspiration is definitely from seeing things around me,
Right.
seeing different designs. I could see something outside, I'd be like, that would look great on a nail design. Also, I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest. I love
Mhm,
Pinterest.
mhm.
I can spend hours scrolling on there,
Yeah.
and you just type in whatever you want, and you're able to find something from
Mhm,
Pinterest. So those are one of my other, and then just like scrolling on Instagram, just looking at other nail artists and what
mhm,
they're up to, following the trends. And sometimes I don't want to follow the trends, and I just want to do my own thing. So I just do that as well because what I've noticed with nails and nail designs, everything always comes back around. There's always a 360.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, it's the same with everything. 90s is always coming back in, and yeah, yeah,
Mm.
definitely. I agree. And obviously I've seen a lot of the designs and I'm thinking now specifically of the ones that, for example, Cynthia wears and they're very long and people always I get questions like, how do people wear really long enhancements? And so how do you balance sort of the practicality of long enhancements with like artistry and sort of having a bigger canvas? Is there a way that you ensure that there's a practicality element to it?
You've got to just spread that nail art out, man.
Hmm.
And what I do is I build from one nail first,
Hmm.
and I see what kind of palette I want to go for, and then I'll move on to like the other nails, and I'll do it like that, a step at a time, instead of me trying to shove something on each nail at a time.
Hmm.
And I find that if you are trying to be practical with long nails, just be careful. You
Hmm.
know, use the pads of your fingers instead of you trying to use your nails as tools. I'm sure
Hmm.
everyone's tired of hearing that. But yeah, that's kind of how I use it. It's a big canvas, and I'm able to just still be able to do more of the design. And I find it more of a free flow because I'm able to add more or take
Hmm.
away some. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. In terms of obviously you're now very widely known. You were before, but with Wicked, I'm sure that has brought a lot of opportunities and sort of recognition. So how did the opportunity, obviously your relationship with Cynthia, how did that sort of come about and what was the experience like?
So in terms of my relationship with Cynthia, it was just we just stumbled upon each other where she booked an appointment to go into my salon, and she just like I've been to many salons before, and I've come to you with a design in my head, and you've managed to be able to execute it to the T exactly how I want. And we've always built a relationship from there. And when she was in West End in the theatre, I would go to her and do her nails there as well in between her breaks on stage. And then from there, we've just always just been together. When she's in the UK, she's like, Shay, you're doing my nails, Um, and when she then messaged me and said, you should be expecting a call from the head of hair and makeup for this, whatever it was, which she didn't tell me at the time. I mean, she just likes to drag me along with her, and I just love that. It's just the best thing ever. Um, and then I was like, do you know what? This sounds amazing. And then I got the news when I was at home sitting on my sofa. And they were like, yeah, you're gonna be, doing the nails for Cynthia for Wicked. And at the time I thought, what? But then it didn't register, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
For me, how I take things in is I have to physically be there and be in that moment first for me to then be like, oh, it's really actually happening. Kind of like when you pack for holiday, but you're not excited yet until you get off the plane in a different country and you're like, I'm actually on holiday.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt at the time. So yeah, it's been one step at a time, but amazing, and I'm embracing all of it as I go on this journey.
That's amazing. And that first day on set, how did that feel then?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I was taking it all in as
Mhm.
well. Because set life is totally different. You're dealing with like trailers and everything's on a time sheet, and you've got to make sure that you're following everything as close as
Mhm.
you can to the time and the call sheet and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was good, and I enjoyed meeting new people and connecting with so many different people who I've now become lifelong friends with. It's like we're just a little family, and it's great.
That's so nice. Obviously, in terms of the nails themselves, Wicked
Yeah.
is known for sort of the powerful themes, identity, transformation, and how did those themes influence what you then did for the nail designs?
So actually, what had happened is I had to, Cynthia gave me like a few kind of like small guidance, I'd say, like not too much, because she kind of just lets me do, which is also great. So she was like, this is kind of what we're looking at. These are the colors I was thinking. Can you come up with like some design? So I then went back, put pen to paper, and created about 5 or 6 different styles of designs that I was looking at. And then we went back and forth a bit, discussing a few things. And that's how I eventually came up with obviously the iconic black and green nails. And it's it was about we sat in a meeting because we before we started like the process of filming, we had to have a meeting of costume and hair, makeup, everything. So we were there for about 3 hours discussing all of this around the table um, with everyone else, the director, John and Chu, and stuff like that. And then we decided on what nail designs we wanted. And he was so chill, to be so honest with you. He was like, yeah, I like that one. We're going to go for that design. And that's how we went ahead with what we were doing for the look of the Alpha Bar.
With Cynthia doing her own stunts and all of that, were there any challenges that you came up against in sort of protecting those enhancements or having to make multiple sets or anything like that?
We had zero challenges because Cynthia is so used to having her nails a longer length. We did actually first try just having the press on nails, but with the sticky tabs.
Hmm.
We tried that, and we were like, no, it's not going to work because she's doing her own stunt. She wants to be able to be all in it and not. And if a nail now pings off, we've now got to stop filming the scene. You know what I mean? So instead, we went for nail glue, and we got strong nail glue, and we just stick the nails down.
Hmm.
And when it was time to take them off, we just soak them right back off.
Hmm.
Or if we needed to change the design on set, then I'll just rub it off, and then we'll do a new set on top of the personal nails that were already on our hands. And that's how we were able to have that longevity and to not have any mishaps at all. So, to be honest with you, she didn't actually break any nails on set.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
she didn't
excellent.
at all because
That's
the glue just
amazing.
held it all together. And then obviously she's really careful with her hands anyway, so
Mm.
it was fine. Yeah.
That's amazing. And what product wise, were you sort of what was the were you using a specific brand or were you using a sort of a combination of things?
Yeah, I mixed I
Yeah.
mixed everything all together.
Yeah.
So I used a mixture of D&D
Hmm.
gel polish brand and a mixture of the Glossify
Hmm.
gel brand as well together to get because I had to mix to get that kind of greenish olive color that I wanted with the ombre. I
Hmm.
had to mix that with different colors, and then I also had to mix like the darker green as well from the D&D brand. I had to blend that in with a bit of black as well. So
Hmm.
there was all to do a bit of mixture to get that color. So I know everyone keeps trying to replicate it online, which looks amazing, but there's definitely some mixing that I had to do to get those colors together.
Yeah, that's not an existing color. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unique.
That's amazing. Cynthia, or well, Elphaba and Cynthia, they sort of grew throughout the movie. And I think that was a really important part of that character arc. Sort of, how would you say that the Wicked's visual story was shown through the nail art that you created?
Oh, it was definitely showing through the nail art. Um, when we first start out, as you see, her nails are also a little bit shorter.
Mhm.
And what she has there is just something very subtle and like a nice simple ombre, and I felt like that was just Elphaba just starting out and just trying to find herself, find who she is. And
Mhm.
then when it comes towards the end and she starts realizing actually it's me, I am Elphaba. That's when you kind of see when she goes to the Emerald City how her nails change, and now we've got the black nails and then the green nail foil on top. She's like, no, I am who I am, and I'm going to be authentically me. And you can just see that through her hair and makeup, her outfit, and her nails as well. So it does elevate with the whole look of Elphaba.
That's amazing. This experience sounds incredible. And I was just wondering if you could create any nails for any fictional character, who would you choose?
Oh, probably. I'm thinking about what's the witch's name in Snow White?
Oh, yeah, the Wicked Witch, the one who with the apple.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that I could do some serious, because her nails are like stiletto shape as well. So I'm like,
Mm,
I could definitely like design, because and they're just red. So I'm like, I could do something and elevate that red to something else. Um,
100%.
do some like 3D nail art in red and add some extra,
Yeah. What a
definitely,
shout. That's a great
yeah,
shout.
yeah,
So looking to the future,
yeah.
and sort of what you're hoping to explore next, are there any dream collaborations or projects that you're hoping to sort of work on in the future?
I'm definitely hoping to find like a brand that would definitely love to work with me. Like I would love to do brand partnerships,
Hmm.
but I want it to be with a brand that I definitely love and I'll enjoy working with, and I can see myself being with them for a long time. I don't want it to be that I'm jumping here, there, and everywhere. I'd love to have just a nice, long, lasting relationship with a brand partnership. I definitely would like to talk more about being a nail artist and an expert in my field, but also being a therapist. So I'd
Hmm.
like to talk more about that because I sit down with my clients and I am forever having conversations with them about life and how to deal with a certain situation that they've been through and how do we tackle it and how you feel. And then what I also like is I also always remember what they're going through when they sit down. So I'll be like, okay, so how's your dog feeling today now? And are they better from what happened last time? And stuff like that. So I'd like to talk more about mental health when it
Hmm.
comes to doing nails and just sitting with your clients and the relationship you build with people around you. Um, and hopefully, eventually, I like to also bring out some product of my own and just let people know that I am the expert. You're getting it from a reliable source.
Hmm.
It's going to be good,
Hmm.
it won't be just your bog standard kind of thing. I just want to make sure that this is coming from my heart and pouring it out into the world and people enjoy just a little bit of me.
Yeah, definitely. And you touched on it there, but is there something that you hope people get from your artistry, whether that is a sit down chat and a friend, or whether that is, an inspiration? Is there something specific that you hope people get?
I hope from what I can bring out there is for people to just know that there is space. There is that no nothing is ever too big for anyone to achieve, ever. If you literally put your mind to it, you can do it. It's the same where I explained about where my clients sit down and say to me, I want this, not can you do this? It shows that people have faith in you
Hmm.
and people are able to trust you with your guidance and with what you bring to the table. So my take from it is to just know that nothing's ever too big for you to achieve. But anything's possible. And I
Hmm.
know it probably sounds so cliche, but it genuinely is possible. Just put your mind to it, put your head down, and just know that you've got that tunnel vision of the goal that you want to achieve, and just do it.
That's
Who's gonna tell
amazing.
you no?
It's so inspirational. And I think nail artists sometimes don't get that recognition of how much that they do and the talent that really goes into it. Is there
Exactly.
anything that you would like people to know about nail artistry that you think it doesn't get across?
I would like people to actually know that it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is not easy. Now being a nail artist takes years and years of practice.
Mhm.
It takes time, which you have to dedicate, and you have to know that this is something that you really want to do, and
Mm.
just put it all into it. I know people probably see it online and think, oh, I could file a nail, oh, I could use that nail drill. I could put that acrylic on the nail. It's actually not easy. It's much harder than what people think.
Hmm.
So please give respect where you can when it comes to nail tech because they truly, truly deserve it. It's not easy. I myself, up to this day, I still watch videos. I still take courses and to keep myself up to date and keep
Mm.
on trend with everything that's going on within the nail industry.
Mm.
So just don't stop practicing.
Mm. And that's the sort of, if you were to give some advice to like a beginner nail tech, that would be the advice, just practice. Yeah.
Practice, keep
Hmm.
going. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm going to be cheeky here. Is there
Oh,
any sort of tidbit that people don't know about you working on Wicked, that like a little story or something that, people might find entertaining, that you went through?
on Wicked. I'm not, does everyone, I don't know if everyone knows that I was pregnant because I think I spoke about it briefly, but I was heavily pregnant throughout like filming Wicked.
Wow.
Yeah, and then also another thing that a lot of people don't know, Cynthia was the very first person I told that I was pregnant. After telling obviously my parents and stuff, but she was like the I'd say the third person I told that I was pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
so
she
lovely.
knew throughout the whole process what I was going through, and she was very accommodating throughout the whole.
Mm.
So yeah, I was a heavily pregnant lady.
Kudos to you. That is massively even more challenging.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. And thank you for sharing that. That's so lovely. Is there anything else you would like to add or make sure that people know about you, your work, the future, anything like that?
Yeah, I just want everyone to watch this space because I know we're all focused on art Wicked, but there's a lot of other things that will be coming afterwards. So please keep an eye on my socials. And also, I always tell people this, don't be afraid to DM me. I will answer. I will message you back. Let's chat in the DMs and let's have a conversation. I have so much coming up for next year. This includes working with brands, traveling more, doing more of the education side of things, and
Hmm.
working with professional beauty more and stuff like that, who I have a great relationship with. And you never know, my products might be coming out sooner than you think as well. So, yeah.
How exciting. That is amazing. And just so people know where to follow you, is your Instagram handle, whatever, is the best place to find you.
Yes, my Instagram handle, which is shades of Shay underscore, and that is across all my socials, also my TikTok as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me, Shay. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It's been fun.